Hello guys, this is Eduardo Mello from Upcode Games again to give you guys an update on our two upcoming games, Penguin Adventure and Gradius. Let me talk a little bit about the games. Penguin Adventure is basically a sequel of Antarctic Adventure, but it's a huge game. It's a full 1 megabit game. Actually 8 times the size of the original Antarctic Adventure. So for those that are not familiar with Antarctic Adventure, was a game released by Coleco back in 1984. It's kind of an action racing game. And in Penguin Adventure, you are Panther the penguin, and you must retrieve the golden apple in order to save Princess Penko. She got sick, and the only medicine is the golden apple. As I said, the game is huge. It's 24 stages, but actually probably a dozen stages are actually different in terms of graphics. Each stage has different music. You have a dozen different items, have a dozen power-ups, even bosses. This is a huge game. Has an awesome soundtrack. I'm pretty sure that you guys are gonna appreciate it, or I hope so. The game is done. Okay, it is Golden Master for a while, for a couple of months. Then we have Gradius. I don't think Gradius needs an introduction. It's a arcade game, and it was ported by Konami back in the 80s for the NES and for the MSX computers in Japan. The ColecoVision version is based on the MSX version. The nice thing about it is that it includes an extra stage not available in the arcades or the NES version. It also includes 4 secret stages, so for a total of 12 stages. Again, so also a huge game. Is a full 1 megabit game. It also has a awesome soundtrack, power-ups. I mean, it's a pretty nice games for shooting fans. And this version in particular, we added a number of improvements. First of all, I got a complete graphic makeover, so it looks much closer to the arcade version now. And in fact, in some cases, it looks better than the NES version. So again, I hope you guys like the game. In addition to that, I also include a easy mode for those that are not shooting fans or not very good with shooting games. I added a auto fire option or feature, so you don't need to keep pushing the fire button. You just press and hold it. Also included a auto port up feature, so you can set if you set that feature on, the computer gonna select power-ups for you. So that's great if you want to play using a Atari joystick with a single button. We also included, what else? Oh yeah, you can select between MSX and arcade version. The only difference basically is that the MSX version includes the extra stage, and a couple of other features that I don't remember right now. And also, this particular game is the first game to use the Mega Cartridge saving capability. I'm gonna discuss that in a minute, but basically the cartridge is gonna save your high score and all your settings, so you don't need to don't need to change the settings every time you play, and it's gonna keep your high score. And you can delete both if you want. That's in the menu. this game is also in Gold Master, and ready to go to the factory. What else? Then we have the Super Game cartridge. It's a new cartridge PCB that we created here at Code Games. It's capable of a very advanced bank switching, and as I just mentioned, it's also capable of saving your data to the cartridge, like high score tables, settings, saving points, whatever you want. The final version is this one, RevB, and it's also ready to go to manufacturing. The version, the physical PCB you see here doesn't have the gold fingers, but when you get your cartridge, you actually receive a PCB with gold fingers. Then we have, let's see what else, the cases. So yeah, so those color cases are for the special editions for those of you who pre-ordered back in January 1st with us. It doesn't matter if you got a refund or not. I mean, in case you got a refund, I mean, as long as you place the pre-order again with Atari Age, you're going to receive the special edition with the color case. So for Penguin, you're going to use this semi-transparent blue case, this kind of icy blue, and for Gradius is regular navy blue, kind of reminds of the Vic Viper. And for those who got the regular edition, you're going to receive the regular black case, and as usual, all our case comes with this opcode name here. Then we have the labels. Those are the proofs for the labels, not the actual label. What you see here was laser printed, but the actual label is going to be offset printed. And you see here it's gray, but the actual label is going to be silver, actual silver. And it's going to have a nice matte finishing, all offset printing. We don't use laser printing for anything. Laser print is what you got if you go to your local printer or something. We only use offset. So this is Penguin and this is Gradius. Then let's move on to the manual. I mean, this is a early proof for the manual of the Penguin Adventure, and apologize, I don't have the final proof here with me because most of the time you're just using the PDF, so we're not printing anything. But so the final, the actual manual you're gonna get maybe is a little different, this one, because as I said, this is early proof. But anyways, we're gonna have, you know, table of content, then story, explain the controls, general stuff, showing the game elements, the map, main screen, things like that, the shops, etc. This is not the actual size. I mean, the actual size is going to be smaller because it needs to fit inside the box. I'm going to show you the box in a minute. So it's actually it's larger than the actual manual you're going to get. Then we also going to receive our game catalog. Gonna look something like this. Again, this is larger than the actual catalog. The catalog is gonna be 6 by 4 inches or something, I think. So, but anyways, this is the final proof, I believe. And you're gonna get something like this with the games, upcoming games, etc. This is the back cover. Finally, the box. Yeah, I have showed this before, but this is the box we're gonna use for the games. It's a kind of book style box. It's hard. It has this magnetic closure here, so it keeps the cover all shut, properly shut. Uses silver printing, actual silver. Has a nice finishing, matte finishing with some spot detailing. This is the back. This is a actual sample for Penguin Adventure. Gradius is going to be similar to this one. Here we have the holder. This one is missing, you know, two little tabs here, cuts, so you can more easily remove the cartridge. It's going to be black, not white. White's not a good color. We asked them to change that. We don't have a sample like this for Gradius, but we have the proof here for the box. So this is the box for Gradius, and we have the icon system here that shows you, for example, this requires the Super Game module, the feature use, Super Game cartridge, 1 megabit, can save stuff to the cartridge, 1 or 2 players, things like that, some nice screenshots for the game. So yeah, and I can show you a little surprise here. Those are the boxes for, this is a bonus for Donkey Kong. This is a final box for Donkey Kong, and this is a final box for Pac-Man that will be re-releasing soon. And that's pretty much that. So what is the status of this thing, of the whole thing here? Well, the cases that we have then in stock, the order for the boxes was placed about 2 weeks ago. But we're gonna have a delay of the boxes, and let me explain why. Okay, so we placed an order for 1,500 boxes, and as you can see here, those boxes you cannot fold them, which means that they take a lot of space, and there is no way to ship 1,500 boxes by air. I mean, you could, but they're gonna probably cost more than the boxes themselves. So we had no other option but to ship by ground, and because of that, we are not expecting the box until late September. That's the bad news. The cases are there in stock. Things like the manuals, the labels, they're probably going to the printer this week or the next. But however, since it's the volume is very small, we can ship them air, and they're gonna get back further than the boxes, so that's not a problem. And finally, the boards. I mean, the games are done, the boxes are ready, or the boards are ready. Why we don't have the final boards with the games yet? Because we are still waiting for the final prototype of the Super Game module. As I mentioned in my previous video, we made a little mistake with the what was supposed to be the final prototype, and because of that we had to order another board, and we are still waiting for that. But the good news is that the board should be here this week, and once I get them, I'm gonna assemble the box, the board, sorry, make sure it works fine, and then we're ready to place the order. And the good news is that even being this late with the borders, probably the boards be back from the factory before the boxes. So again, the boards are not the problem right now. The biggest problem in terms of shipping date is the boxes. So yeah, I think that's pretty much that. I mean, if you have questions, you can, I don't know, leave comments, whatever we post this video. You can also email us, or you can use the contact form in our website, www.opcodegames.com. And yeah, again, I apologize for the delay. And here's the thing, you know, personally for me, I mean, believe me, I wish to have shipped this thing no sooner, and I haven't seen my wife Grazi for probably 4 months now. She's in Brazil, I'm here in the US. We're still going through her process, to her immigration process, and I can't go to Brazil until this thing is done. I mean, we don't want to delay further, right? The games, the module, and so that's why I can tell you that more than anyone, I want those games out of the door, shipping as soon as possible. So once again, I apologize for the delay, but we are working hard here, and as you just saw, Donkey Kong and Pac-Man, we have the packaging for those games created. We ordered the boxes actually already with the other boxes, and the good news is that for those games they should ship, I mean, faster, I mean, let's say, because we have the packaging already stocked. That's the good news. And yeah, so again, thanks for watching, and talk to you soon.